this is Lee with appointmentreminder.com, and today we're just going to step through the system, kind of get you familiar for new users looking to use Appointment Reminder, or maybe somebody looking to switch over to the system. We're just going to go through the navigation menu, some of the options that are available to you, and some things to be aware of. So first, when you log in, this is going to be the screen that you're going to see. You will have, if you've got different calendars connected, they'll be over here. You can see that on this drop down. For most people, there won't be a calendar installed, so they'll need to start from the beginning, and that can be found under the calendar option here. You'll notice the ability to add calendar, and this is where you can click. It'll take you to connect your Google Calendar, your Office 365, Apple, iCal, whatever you're using under here. And if you already have calendars in there, you can go to this edit calendar feature. There's a lot of things that can be done under edit calendar features. We're not going to cover all that today, but just be aware that that's where that feature is located. The next tab is customers. Once you add customers to the system, it will load your customers so you can search them in the future to run appointments for. Scripts in our system, this is what we refer to as what's going to be going out in the messaging. Most will have this appointment reminder default script loaded into the system, and you can click on this edit button. The system already has some preset default options in here, and by clicking on the left hand side is where you can go through and change your messages that you send. So currently I'm editing the SMS message side of things, and this is the message that's going out. Be aware here that we really want to shoot for under 160 characters. That's the limit. In this case, we're using 2 message credits for the system, so try to keep that under 160 characters. From there, I can go to the email side of things. I'm able to edit the message that goes out as my email reminder. And then if you want to set up some voice messages, you have the option to record your own or have a voice send this out on its own. So that's under the script section. There is a section called sequences. We'll talk about this later, but basically sequences can be used to set up different flows. So if you want multiple reminders to go out at different times, that's where you would use the sequences option. The manual tab here, this manual SMS feature, you can come in here and message a single cell phone number here. You can put your message in. A good use case would be somebody responds to a message, an appointment reminder, a text message, and you want to continue that conversation, follow up with them. You can do that here under the manual SMS option. Import, not a lot of people have this feature. That's for folks who use the CSV feature of the system to import appointments to the system. Most people either use the appointment reminder calendar or use one of the integrations that we have. The next is reporting section. Things to be aware of under here is a transaction history report. So this account is not live, but if it were, I would be able to go to today and see what transactions have happened, when they've been sent out, who they've been sent to, what the response was, so on and so forth under the transaction report. The appointment report is a daily report that shows just who's coming in, what they responded to, and you'll see that under the appointment report section. The booking section, the booking tab, this is an entirely separate section to the system. This is for people who want to make a web page where clients can go and book their own appointments. This will be covered in another video, but just be aware that it's out there and available. The settings section, specifically under this, the business settings, these are how your business is going to be set up and how the calendar defaults are going to be set when you first come in and make calendars. So just be aware. Usually, this is a good place to start if you're wanting to change something like a phone number, an email, maybe how something works. I usually check this business settings section first, and then also be aware of that each calendar can have their own settings. So by default, you have your business settings, and then you have your calendar settings. The calendar settings will override the business settings if you alter those. If you want to manage users, you can come here and add additional users to the system. The caller ID function is for people that are using the voice messaging. This is not for SMS. If you want an SMS number, our SMS numbers usually go out on a toll-free line. The caller ID is set up if you want to send out a voice reminder. This has to be set up prior to your voice messages going out. Under the advanced setting, you'll find a workflow section. This is for individuals that want to set up some type of follow-up after the appointment. So it's a post-appointment follow-up or autoresponder that can be set up in different scenarios. A lot of people use it to ask for a survey or some type of review. And then you have your managed subscription setting here. So this is where you can go change your billing plan or your card or anything that you need to do with that. Our help section's pretty dialed in, pretty good. There's a lot going on, but you can come in here, type in your question, see if we have an article written on it. If we don't, the best way to get a hold of us is back here on this chat feature in the bottom right-hand corner. You can go ahead and type in your question, and we'll get to you just as soon as possible on that. Next, you'll notice that this account shows sending off, and what that means is that we are not sending any SMS, email reminders currently, as it's turned off. And so if we enable this feature, it will start turning our appointments and our sending on. So by default, when you come into the system, sending is off, get everything configured. Once you feel like it's ready to go, then you can turn the sending off to sending on, and it'll start sending your appointments. Up here, you also find your profile information, any type of notifications you want to set up, if you need to change your password, and simply you log out. That's just a quick brief overview. Next video is going to be going over the calendar and how it works.